Going on, everybody? We back up here at the hunting club today. It is a steamy August Sunday, and me and Brylin's up here. We're gonna be checking some game cameras, seeing what the lineup is for this year. See if we got anything on, seeing if we even got anything on camera yet. But y'all come along with us and see if we run into anything along the way. So y'all stay tuned. This is a spot where I hung a stand here a few years ago. It's right on the outskirts of a green field we have planted through here that's kind of in the bottom area of this property. And deer cross back and forth through here a lot. Had some pretty decent pictures here. Turn that off. Wet, but it's a good little spot. Been many deer killed out of this field and this area in general. I had a couple really good ones on this camera last year. I'm curious to see if they're still around. What I got put out right now is just a trophy mineral block, and poured some deer cane on it. Looks like Like somebody may have done give it some attention. I just put it out last week, but I'm anxious to see if anything's on it so far. On to the next spot. Well, folks, this is going to be like defusing a bomb because right in there is a big wasp nest. This should be fun.
What is it?
Big old wasp nest. Starting to move. All right, until we have to shut the gate. And this should be fun. Watch out. Yeah. Go. They'll bump it. Just be still and I'll go away in a second. Well, that's about as much as I'm gonna go away. Alright, well, we have a predicament.
What?
I gotta walk through water and my boots ain't waterproof.
You want these? Do you want these?
No. I'll be alright. And hopefully I won't step on old Cotty Mouth. That's a spider web. It kind of sucks because you look down watching for snakes, run into a spider web. You look up watching for spider webs and run into a snake. Oh Lord, please let me not step on no snake. I very much appreciate it. Because if I do, I know good and well Brylin ain't gonna come in here and drag me out. This spot right here I'm going to, as y'all saw a while ago, was right off a power line. And it's kind of in the middle of the power line. Reason I chose this spot is after years and years of hunting. Oh boy. Yeah, my whole spot's underwater. It ain't no good. Well, folks, I don't even see my trophy rock anymore. Yeah. There's my trophy rock. There's my camera. Well, maybe I can still get to my camera. But as I was saying, I chose this spot because it's kind of in the middle of the power line, and after years and years of hunting, these deer have gotten kind of used to it because we have 2 shooting houses on each end of the power line. So these deer have gotten pretty smart about it, and they've started moving. The majority of them have started moving through the middle part of the power line. But yeah, that ain't no good. As y'all can tell, we've had a bunch of rain here lately in Alabama. Let's see here if we can get this camera to work. Yep, she's working. And y'all know what else is working? The billions and billions of mosquitoes in my ear right now. Alright, now let's try to figure out how to get back out of here. Hopefully I can figure out how to get out the same way I come. Alright. We're almost there. And I think I got her if she don't jump. There's one end of the power line. And there's the other.
You have a dragonfly on your head.
I do?
Yeah.
Let's see my shadow. Where's he at? I am one with nature. Just so y'all ain't accusing me of nothing, I do have the key to this gate. It's just a lot easier to do this when you have a four-wheeler. Onward. Alright, y'all, if I can just remember where I put this next camera. Somewhere right through here. Walking into no more spider webs. This spot I chose because, as y'all saw, we just came to a green field. And they made the green field off of an old road that used to run through here. And actually, before it was a green field there, it was an oil pad. Used to be an oil pump there, or gas pump or something. That's why we named that field Oil Pad. But anyways, these deer cross right through here because it's the property line. Or right through there, because it's the property line. And that's just where they like to cross. I don't know. I doubt it's just because they know it's the property line, but all the years I spent growing up hunting this field, they crossed. There's about a 60-yard stretch of road after you get all the way across the field, and that's just where deer like passing through if they ain't coming to eat. So yep, That's why I stuck his stand right there. Now maybe this camera ain't flooded out. Make sure this is the right one. I've got 2 cards for each camera that I've labeled with a number, but I still gotten confused before and took one out, got them mixed up, and put the same one back in and get home realized I ain't got no pictures. We're back on. Wait for it to come, wait for the light to go off. And action. We are good. Thankfully this spot ain't underwater. But yeah, this spot's the same as the last couple ones. I just put a trophy rock there and poured some deer cane around it. Maybe something's showing it some love. Y'all can tell she don't like deer flies too much. Well, if y'all couldn't already tell by the swarming, raging deer flies, we are in the swamp now. This swamp is home to some of the biggest deer flies I've ever seen, but also some of the biggest bucks, so that's why we're here. Alright, there's the site. It's in the shadow, can't really see it. Looks like something's been giving it some attention. And this camera is on a screw right here, a good bit up off the ground than the others. And I'll tell y'all the reason for that here in a little bit. This is probably one of my favorite places to hunt on this property, just because there's so many deer and other animals down here, squirrels, turkey, whatever. But this spot is actually my uncle's spot that he's had for years, and he's kind of getting out of bow hunting, but he's letting me use this spot. But so what we have here is down there behind me is nothing but river bottoms, swamps, what you have it, and this is kind of the edge of it. And in front of me here, there's a big old hill that goes way on up there, and the road that we came in on goes all the way to the Sipsey River through the swamp, and right to this spot right here, there's a long straightaway that kind of separates river bottoms from this hill. And deer's always like to cross here. We've got an old, I don't know if y'all can tell it from the GoPro video, but we've got an old shooting house that's been down there, been down here for longer than I've been around. And so there's been more deer, more big bucks killed out of it than I could count. And I've had several big bucks on camera down here since I started doing this a couple years ago. But I ain't never had one come in while I was sitting here. They're too smart. Alright, let's see here. This is also a brand new camera that I had to buy last week. It has to do with that story that I'll tell you about here in a little bit. That looks pretty good. Still pointing pretty straight. I think it's alright. I just had a deer fly bite me on the other jaw. I just had a deer fly bite me on the other jaw.
Oh, brother.
And we're back.
Well, Chloe.
That thing's hot. Ooh, it's hot. Alright, I gotta get some wasp spray. Go take care of them wasps down at the gate. Whew, it's toasty in here. Well, I can't spray no wasps. Can't spray them with no marking spray. Oh, that's what we're looking for. I have been doing this before, y'all. Been over putting the lock back in, look down, there'd be a snake coiled up right there. Thankfully, today ain't one of them days. Alright. Now let's see if I can not get stung. Ooh, look like some good ones down in there. Die, you bug of Satan! Alright. I'm glad that took care of him because I'm out of spray now. Well, I ain't over at them no more. Well, y'all, I was editing this video and I forgot that I never told y'all the story about what happened to my game camera. So, it all started back right early March. That's about the time I got all my game cameras up from last deer season. And I've got one way down in this swamp where I hunt a lot. And it floods there pretty frequently during the winter. And I think a flood was just starting to go back down to where it wasn't like the ground was there. I could walk on the ground, but there's a long creek that backs up real far. And it was, even with the banks and the log that I normally cross to get over it, was underwater, so I couldn't get it. Well, I forgot about it, and fast forward, 5 or 6 months later, a couple of weeks ago actually, I was starting to get my cameras ready to put out for this deer season. Well, I realized I didn't have it, and then I remembered that I never went and got it. So I took a trip up to the hunting club, and I went down there, and when I got to the tree that it was on, it was gone. And the first thing I thought was somebody done stole this thing from me. But I got to thinking about it, and that camera is so far down in that swamp that I doubt anybody knows where it was at. And second thing was, I found the camera. It was about 15, 20 feet away from the tree, under some leaves and mud and stuff. And I found it, and it still had the SD card in it. So I thought, well, if somebody tried to steal it from me, that they just took the SD card out and thrown it away, So then I got to thinking, well, maybe the flood got up high enough and like mashed a log or something against the buckle. There's a weird kind of buckle on the camera. It ain't one that snaps. It's like, here, I'll show it to y'all. It's like one on, like a backpack or something that adjusts the length of it. So I didn't expect it to come undone that easily. But I got to looking at it, and that thing was snapped. So I thought, well, maybe a log got pinned against it and broke it or something. But I was like, no, log couldn't really do that. And then I got to thinking about animals, thinking, well, maybe a deer was rubbing his horns on that tree or something and tore it off. But nothing really made that much sense to me. But luckily, I got the camera home and the SD card worked, and I got to looking at the pictures, and there was regular pictures. And I think it was about end of February. And then all of a sudden I got one picture where it was on the ground, sideways, and there was something above it, and I couldn't ever make out quite what it was until I got to one picture, and the culprit revealed himself. Yep, a dadgum hog ripped my camera off the tree. Blows my mind. There's probably some of y'all out there this has happened to several times that's been hunting around hogs, for years, but I'm not that familiar with hunting around hogs. Surprisingly, I ain't never had to deal with them. The first picture I ever got of a hog at the club was a couple years ago, and it was just one hog, and it was one time, and I never got any more pictures of it. And then last year I got a picture of one hog, and never got any more pictures of it. But I think they're finally, after all these years, because I know people that hunt around me, not too far from me, that are just covered up in them. I don't know how we ain't had them at our place yet. I just can't believe that a hog could do something like that. Like, I mean, I know they have the power to, but I didn't think they had the brains to be able to tell if that camera wasn't a part of that tree, I just thought it was pretty funny and crazy at the same time. Well, that's about all I got for y'all on this episode. Sorry if it ran a little bit long. The whole point of me filming this, just to get better and sharpen my editing skills to get ready for this coming up deer season. I'd like to be able to make some, halfway decent content. But well, if y'all made it this far in the video, I sure appreciate it, and I'd sure appreciate it more if y'all hit that subscribe button. I promise I won't let y'all down. I'm going to be making a bunch of videos this coming up deer season. I'm going to take the camera with me every time I go sit in the woods. Well, until next time, I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I guess I will catch y'all next time.